OpenAI just dropped GPT 5.4 and this is not an incremental update. This is the first general-purpose AI model that can use a computer better than a human. Let that sink in. On OSWorld, which tests whether an AI can navigate a desktop environment using a mouse and keyboard, GPT 5.4 scores 75% and humans score 72.4%. It also matches or beats working professionals across 44 different occupations on real work tasks, 83% of the time. It has a 1 million token context window, native computer use, tool search that cuts token costs in half, and it scores 87.3% on investment banking modeling tasks. This is OpenAI's biggest release of the year, and it changes what's possible with AI agents. So what actually is GPT 5.4? It's OpenAI's new frontier model that combines everything they've built: the coding power of GPT 5.3 codex, the reasoning of GPT 5.2, and brand new computer use and tool management capabilities. Think of it as 3 models in one. It's available right now in ChatGPT as GPT 5.4 Thinking, in the API, and in Codex. There's also a GPT 5.4 Pro version for maximum performance on the hardest tasks. The key insight is that this model doesn't just answer questions, it does work. Real work. The kind of work that costs $200 an hour from a consulting firm. Spreadsheets, presentations, documents, web research, software testing, multi-step agent workflows, all in one model. Let me show you what this looks like in practice. This is the real demo from OpenAI. Watch. A user asks GPT 5.4 a question, and while the model is still thinking through its answer, the user interrupts it with new information. I live in Cobble Hill, by the way. And the model doesn't break, it seamlessly incorporates the detail mid-thought and pivots its entire research to Brooklyn local results. It thought for 37 seconds, pulled live web sources, and delivered a personalized, cited answer. This is the new preamble feature. The model shows you its plan up front so you can steer it before it finishes. No more waiting for a bad answer and starting over. You can course correct in real time. This alone makes GPT 5.4 fundamentally different from every model before it. But the headline feature is native computer use. GPT 5.4 is the first general-purpose model that can operate a computer clicking, typing, navigating applications like a human would. On OSWorld, which tests desktop navigation through screenshots and mouse and keyboard actions, it scores 75%. Human performance on the same test is 72.4%. Read that again: the AI is better than the average human at using a computer. On Web Arena, which tests browser navigation, it hits 67.3%. On Online Mind 2 Web, 92.8% using screenshots alone. And developers can configure its safety behavior with custom confirmation policies, so you control what the agent can and can't do. This isn't a toy demo, this is production-ready computer use that developers can ship today. Playwright, mouse commands, keyboard commands, screenshots, all native. Now here's where it gets personal for anyone in professional services. OpenAI created a benchmark called GDPval that tests AI on real work products across 44 occupations: sales presentations, accounting spreadsheets, manufacturing diagrams, urgent care schedules. GPT 5.4 matches or exceeds industry professionals 83% of the time. That's up from 70.9% with GPT 5.2. On spreadsheet modeling tasks that a junior investment banking analyst would do, it scores 87.3%, up from 68.4%. On presentations, human raters preferred GPT 5.4's output 68% of the time over GPT 5.2 because of stronger aesthetics and visual variety. And hallucinations are down 33% per claim. OpenAI even launched a ChatGPT for Excel add-in today. They're going directly after professional knowledge work. If you're in finance, consulting, accounting, or any field that produces documents and spreadsheets, this model is coming for the grunt work. The third major feature is tool search, and this is the one developers should pay the most attention to. Previously, if you gave an AI agent access to many tools, every tool definition was crammed into the prompt: thousands of tokens, every single request. With GPT 5.4's tool search, the model gets a lightweight list of available tools and only looks up the full definition when it actually needs that tool. On MCP Atlas, with 36 MCP servers enabled, this reduced total token usage by 47% with the same accuracy. That's not a small optimization, that's cutting your agent costs nearly in half. Combined with 1 million tokens of context, GPT 5.4 can plan, execute, and verify multi-step agent workflows across long time horizons. On Teleflon, which tests real-world multi-step tool use, it scores 54.6% up from 45.7% on GPT-5.2. On BrowseComp, which tests persistent web browsing for hard-to-find information, it jumps to 82.7% and GPT-5.4 Pro hits 89.3%, a new state-of-the-art. Pricing: GPT-5.4 costs $2.50 per million input tokens and $15 per million output tokens. That's higher per token than GPT-5.2's $1.75 input, but the model uses significantly fewer tokens to solve problems, so your actual costs may go down. Batch and flex processing are available at half price. And here's what this means for the industry. OpenAI is positioning GPT-5.4 as a do-everything agent brain. Computer use, tool management, professional work products, coding, web research in a single model. That's a direct challenge to Anthropic's Claude computer use, Google's Gemini agents, and every specialized agent framework out there. The message is clear: you don't need 5 different models anymore. GPT-5.4 does it all. GPT-5.4 is available right now. ChatGPT Plus, Team, and Pro users have access to GPT-5.4 thinking today. API developers can access it as GPT-5.4. If you're building AI agents, this is the new baseline. If you're in professional services, this is the wake-up call. Link to the full blog post is in the description. Subscribe for daily AI breakdowns. We're covering every major drop as it happens. See you in the next one.